We begin this hour with President Trump, who right now is on Air Force One en route to Asia. He left late last night in what will be a three-country sprint to Malaysia, Japan, and South Korea. At heart of this nearly week-long trip, work on investment deals and peace efforts before meeting face-to-face with Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss the ongoing trade war. NewsNation's Hena Brandt is live in Washington. Good morning, Hena. There is a lot at stake during this trip. What do we know so far?
Hena, that's right. The president's certainly going into this trip with a pretty long to-do list. Right now, he's on his way to Malaysia. That'll be the first stop of those three countries that he's scheduled to visit. But this, of course, all comes amid a shutdown here at home. It's day 25 of the shutdown, and there's really no end in sight. Democrats are seizing on this, with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer accusing President Trump of skipping town while America is shut down. But the president is touting the significance that this Asia trip could bring. As you said, he'll be focused on making various economic agreements with these countries, and a lot of these discussions are expected to include talk about trade. In Malaysia, there will also be some focus on peace efforts, as President Trump has worked with the Malaysian leader to address the fighting ongoing between Thailand and Cambodia. Then the president will be making stops in Japan and South Korea. With those countries, he's expected to talk about potential $900 billion worth of investments into U.S. companies that these countries would make in return for easing the current U.S. tariffs on them. Also in South Korea, the president will be meeting with China's President Xi, and that's significant because China and the U.S. have been in the middle of this intensifying trade war, and the president could also once again meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. Though there's no official meeting between the two on the schedule, President Trump says he's open to it.
Yeah, I do. And if you want to put out the word, I'm open to it. You know, they don't have a lot of telephone service. They have a lot of nuclear weapons, but not a lot of telephone service. So I'm open to it. I had a great relationship with him.
You may remember the two leaders met in the demilitarized zone back in 2019 during President Trump's first term, and that was a pretty significant meeting then, Hena.
Yeah, I still call it an iconic moment when we saw both of them shaking hands at the demilitarized zone. Hena, we're also learning, and this just came into the news from a little while ago, that President Trump is also expected to meet with Qatari officials very soon. What did we learn about that?
Yeah, that's right. We're hearing he's going to do that when Air Force One stops in Qatar to refuel in just a couple of hours from now. We're told President Trump is going to be meeting with the Emir and the Prime Minister of Qatar. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will also be there and then join the president for his Asia trip. And this is important because Qatar is a close partner of the U.S. Most recently, Qatari leaders were key in those negotiations between Israel and Hamas on that peace agreement. We know the ceasefire is currently on pretty fragile ground right now, so that'll certainly be a main point of discussion when those leaders meet, Hena.
No doubt about that. Hena Brandt, live in D.C. for us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.